My name is Rachel, creatively known as Woolly Gran, and I was involved with the album because I made a stop motion video for one of the tracks called Hear Me. When Duncan asked me to make the music video for a track, I got to choose which track I wanted to make the visuals for, which was lovely and a real luxury for me. And without knowing too much about the theme of the piece, it made me think of the conversation between the natural world and the man-made world, and industries that are man-made systems. So when you see the video, you'll see it's stop motion and quite often uses macro lenses to really zoom in and have a good focus in on this topic and on this conversation and the relationship between the natural and the man-made worlds. I used paper and watercolor paints for the leaves that you see, and twisted wire to write words for the video. And yeah, as I say, it's a conversation between man-made systems and the natural world and how they work together or indeed don't. I try to take personal responsibility for the things that I can control. Actually, even more so now because I'm still a new mum. My baby is 1 now, but I'm going to say I'm still a new mum. I feel new at this still. Think about what kind of future Maisie is going to be facing and what amazing things she is going to be able to be interacting with, technology or whatever comes her way. The future could be an amazing place, probably is going to be and should be an amazing place. But I then think of the things that she's going to live without, the animals that we talk about now in her Jungle books, and think, oh, well, you're looking at one of her favorite animals is a panda. She loves pandas. We've got them all over her blankets. Pandas feel like the new fox. When everything was foxes in the shops or everything was whales, feels like pandas when Maisie arrived was the thing. And she loves pandas, but chances are she'll never see one. That's very strange and not okay. So that I have done in the past that has had an eco theme has unfortunately ended up being quite greenwashed. So, for example, I was working on a big community sculpture and we were going to use all recycled plastic bags. So, now lots of people use Bag for Life, which is brilliant, or Bags for Life, which is brilliant, but I couldn't get that out. But there are still a lot of single-use plastic bags kicking about out there. So the idea was we were going to save those and make this eco sculpture and make sure that the materials that were being used were actually being upcycled single-use plastics. And then by the end of the project, I don't know if we lost time or ran out of time or couldn't find the materials or what, but eventually it ended up we were buying nappy sacks to do this project, and it was awful. And I got really upset and quite angry about it because I just thought, well, this is no longer an eco project. This is the opposite of that. It's greenwashing. We're telling everybody this sculpture's been made out of single-use plastics. We happen to have bought them in the shop. That's terrible, isn't it? So yeah, it feels like there's quite a lot of that. Just stop making plastic. If all the plastic factories just stopped, what would that be like? What would we end up doing? Because there'd be no more. So we'd have to start thinking of that as like a really special and expensive commodity. Anything plastic in your house suddenly goes up in value enormously. And I bet we would start to reuse and recycle a bit more stringently if we weren't getting any more. If all the plastic stopped being made, and we went back to, it was only, what was it, the 50s or the 60s that plastic even became an everyday commodity, that toys were made from plastic. Before then it was all cardboard and wood, wasn't it? If we just started to use the materials that we had plentifully, 50 years ago, 70 years ago, my goodness, where are we? If we just went backwards almost in time and started using resources more carefully, in better moderation. And so my fanciful dream is that, yes, all the plastic factories just stop.